What does my safety mean? What does it mean to all of you? Initially, one might presume it means only physical safety from physical and sexual abuse or violence. However, as you started to say, there's many types of safety, emotional safety and cultural and spiritual safety, to name a few. But safety is very gendered. And imagine the person you love and who initially seems to love you starts to belittle you, isolate you, control your movements or finances, threaten to leave you, threaten to hurt you, does hurt you or your family or your pets, coerce you into sexual acts or rapes you or into pregnancy, coerces you into a pregnancy or abortion, or uses technology. That is, we're all worried about the stranger out there as we walk along the street. All the young women, are worried. It'll be someone that they know, unfortunately. And it's a violation of an expectation to be safe.
And, in a lot of our work, when we're looking at safety, it's also looking at technological safety, and that's becoming a bigger and bigger issue in the family violence space. And issues like coercive control in relationships, and how it's, physical violence can be seen and there can be charges, but coercive control is a pattern and much harder to demonstrate, but still a greater risk to someone's life.
The women in this exhibition, if you took every fifth photo, so there's 500 there, 100 women behind me will have experienced physical, sexual or emotional abuse during their lifetime. Half of them will have had sexual harassment. Women who are older are also subject to financial abuse by their carers. It's important to realise that these abuse and violence experiences intersect with social determinants of health like poverty, but also environmental threats such as racism, sexism, homophobia, transphobia. I'm sure my colleague next to me here will be speaking quite to a large extent about these experiences.
But I wanted to talk about my safety in line with the theme of Flesh After 50 as an older woman first. As a trans person, and trans people may have different bodies to what I'll call expectations, whether someone's had a lower surgery or not, or other surgeries, those sorts of things. So let's say later in life I'm in an aged care home, and sure, name Sally Goldner, identity female, and some untrained direct care worker comes in, rips back the covers, time for your shower, and it's happened. And somehow it's mentioned, whether it's relevant or not, I'm by, and someone says, oh look, there's those nice gays and lesbians sitting at the table over there, we'll come and introduce you all because you're all part of the LGBTI plus communities. But sadly, on occasions, elements of gay men and lesbians have been biphobic as well and said things like get off the fence, make up your mind, it's just a phase, all those horrible things.
I think it takes a long time to change the prevalence, and really we've probably only been paying great attention to some of the drivers in the last 5 years, would you say? Yeah. So we know that gender attitudes, gender roles, or gender equity, all those things. I don't think we've addressed some of the other drivers or contributors. I don't think we've addressed alcohol and drug use. I don't think we've addressed mental health in a way. A lot of those services have not had a family violence lens at all, and I think that they are contributing to it. So I don't think that we've addressed every part, or poverty, if someone is really poor, and that still exists in Australia, it's really hard as a social determinant that does actually contribute as well. We haven't addressed any of those in Australia in the same way.
May sound simplistic, can't we all just lift each other up? Everyone lifts everyone as much as we can all of the time, because I think it is fair to acknowledge that no one's winning from this misuse of power, including gendered power.